hi. I always accidentally start my videos like that, just like a hi. So I'm going to be taking a look at the r/AntiWork subreddit, which is kind of all about like abolishing work and kind of venting about being unemployed or venting about being employed. I didn't really like plan any of this ahead. It just seemed like a lot of work. Okay, I did plan that joke ahead, but the rest of this is not scripted. So we're just gonna be looking at this, and yes, I have been on this subreddit before. I don't use Reddit, but I've definitely looked at this, and I've looked in their, they call it the AntiWork library. I've definitely used it kind of like as a resource before, because there have been moments, especially in the past year or two, where I've kind of taken a look at things and I've wondered, why is this all so messed up? And are there other people out there who are feeling the same feelings I have about this type of thing? Which is why I'm actually really glad to see that it's currently getting some traction. As we've all heard about endlessly, there's the Great Resignation and the labor shortage currently. And if you're coming to this video like from the AntiWork subreddit, hi, welcome. And just FYI, I will link a couple other videos I have you might enjoy if you also have that feeling of like, I hate work, something is wrong with this system. Check out a couple of these videos. I'll link them down in the description box, but I'll put one or two here or something. Anyways, I'm rambling. If you think I'm the chosen one, be sure to subscribe. Let's go. This subreddit is a mixture of things. Like I said, there's that whole AntiWork library, which is definitely going to be kind of like the more dense, like essay type stuff about this. The posts themselves are usually like Twitter screenshots or those like text messages between a boss and someone quitting. It's a lot of that. So we'll read a couple of those and talk about them. I guess this is a good one just in case anyone on this video disagrees with what I do, because I get comments like this a lot. This says, it's not hypocritical to critique capitalism while participating in it. We're literally critiquing it because we are forced to participate in it in order to survive. And yeah, so if you're coming to this video and you're going to comment something about how like curious you use YouTube to make money, the options are very few. So if me critiquing our system means that I'm a hypocrite because I might make some money off of ad revenue from this video, yeah, sorry, I'm a hypocrite then. I want to not need money in order to survive. That's what I want. I think we should abolish this whole fucking system. I say this in like every video. This says how prisoners in Denmark look at the living conditions of working Americans. This is a good one. This has been weighing on me a lot lately. The caption is, kids shouldn't have fun outside of school. They should keep working like everyone else. Aaron Eakins, I've come to the conclusion that the sole purpose of homework is to condition children into accepting that unpaid overtime and ridiculous hours and not even being able to escape work, even in your own home, are normal things to expect in their future. Yeah, so I actually really cannot stand the fact that my 6-year-old, yes, my 6-year-old comes home with a homework packet every week. It really just frustrates me because yes, what this person said, unpaid overtime, bringing your work home with you, those are all fucked up things. But the biggest part about it for me is that you're basically teaching these kids that busy work is work. I don't know how to describe this exactly, but David Graeber talks about this a lot in Bullshit Jobs, which if you're familiar with AntiWork and you haven't read Bullshit Jobs, please go do it. Anyways, so Bullshit Jobs talks a lot about the fact that like a lot of the work we do isn't even necessary. And I also recently read the Teenage Liberation Handbook, which it might sound weird that a 30-year-old woman read the Teenage Liberation Handbook, but wow, I don't think that I've cried reading a book like that in a long time. If you are interested in this idea of like what school is, what it's modeled after, you should read that, especially if you have like trauma surrounding your upbringing at school, even if it's just in small little ways, go read that, because it really just makes you question how fucked up all these little things we do that we call school are, and it's kind of crazy. I mean, the fact that like we teach kids that busy work is work from age 6. What do you think that's going to lead to down the line? Do you think it's going to lead to an exciting and fun career? Or do you think it's going to be you thinking that busy work is valid and normal and palatable? Here's another tweet, says, this ain't working out. It's from Merritt. Bro, how are you supposed to have a full-time job, cook and clean, maintain relationships, and work on your own little projects? Seems fake. Yeah, it is fucking fake. I worked from age 15 until COVID. And I actually worked for the first like 6 months of COVID too, but that's whatever. I've always wanted to write. Writing fiction is something I love doing. I spend a lot of time doing it. But I was not able to truly focus on a writing project until I became 100% fully unemployed and had stimulus payments and stuff coming in place of my paychecks. I've spent my entire life having a job and trying to do these things on the side, and it's impossible. And it's not even just a matter of like hours in the day. It's like the space in your head. When you're using so many of your like faculties and your executive decision making all day long at work, to come home and have the like energy to be creative is very unlikely. It's true that it's hard to maintain relationships when you have work. And a lot of the time I did have that was free, like during COVID, you couldn't maintain relationships in person. It's so frustrating that the one time of my life where I had income without having to work from unemployment was during a fucking pandemic, and I couldn't go anywhere or do anything. The one time that I could have been like a digital nomad. God, sorry, I hate that term. This says, oh no, anything but that. Sure, I was diagnosed with cancer and dropped by my insurance, and it's either bankrupt my family or just die, but that's better than rich people paying more taxes. I mean, I'd really hate for anything to make them even slightly uncomfortable. Yep, no notes. I will say that another thing that really, really bothers me, I had a conversation with my parents about this recently, is the fact that healthcare is tied to employment so much. If you just want to like change your job, or if you get fired, or if you have to quit for any fucking reason, you and your family can lose your access to healthcare, and it might not be good timing for that. What if one of your family members is in the middle of treatment for something? What if you're scheduled 3 months from now to have surgery? You're stuck, because if you change anything, guess what? You might have to find new providers, go back and get a physical with the new provider, get a referral, find a new surgeon, all that stuff, just because you needed to change your job. The fact that it's tied to employment at all is fucking bullshit. Okay, so this one says, Einstein Bagels firing 43-year-old for not being a fast learner.
I just got fired from Einstein Bagels because I'm not a fast enough learner. I'm 43 years old, I'm dyslexic, I'm ADHD, and I have schizoaffective disorder, and I just want to work. And I can't even make a bagel, like... I'm tired of being mentally ill. I'm tired of being sick. I just want a chance.
So this is super sad. Obviously, he's been diagnosed with, his name is Schizo Dad. So I'm sure that this is something he speaks openly about. I have days sometimes where I feel like this, where I go and I've spent months now applying to all sorts of jobs, everything from big tech companies here in San Francisco, which that's fucking not happening, all the way down to like just literally being a barista. It's really, really hard when you're someone like me who has literally like almost 15 years of experience in the service industry, and you have great references, and you don't even get a response from a fucking cafe down the street that's posted 14 Craigslist ads this month that they're hiring baristas. Well, then why the fuck didn't you email me back? It's like this roller coaster of emotions where you're like, I don't even want this fucking job, but I really need to work, so I'm gonna go get a job with a fucking smile on my face. You can't help but feel after a while that you are worth nothing. Like you are worthless to the world. And then you realize, wait, I don't want them either. It kind of reminds me of that Sunny, sorry, this took a dark turn, but it kind of reminds me of that Sunny episode where they find out that when they were younger, the PE teacher, you-know-whatted Charlie, and then Mac is all jealous because he's like, why didn't he want to you-know-what me? It's such a fucked up thing to think. Like, why doesn't this terrible, awful system want me? Aren't I pretty? It's a mind fuck. And I don't know this guy's situation. It sounds like he's got it pretty rough. He got a ton of support in the comments. Hopefully he is doing better since this. I know that I have value. You know how I know? A, I've fucking done it for years. And B, I spend probably 10 to 15 hours on every video I make, and I work tirelessly, and I get in this flow state editing, and I'm like unstoppable, and I've taught myself how to edit videos. Obviously, I'm still working on it. I'm working on old equipment here, okay? And my Mac is a 2013. I've taught myself a skill over the last year. I've learned how to fucking do better sound, thanks to my sound guys in the comments. Sound off down below. I know that I have work ethic and skill and value, and I've done it before, and it really sucks to have people constantly signaling to you that no, you don't. Sorry, rant over. I had 2 coffees this morning, and I smoked weed, and I have a headache, so this is pretty much like, I don't know what that is. I loathe being forced to participate in the destruction of our planet. Dude, me fucking too. I am working on a big video right now. It's called Landlords Cause Climate Change, because I have to operate in this system where I go work at some shitty company that destroys the fucking planet in some way or another so that someone can create capital. I have to go work at that job so that I can pay my fucking landlord, who is basically like an apparatus of the state, so that they can do imperialism. And every other form of imperialism we do, like the US military, is also extremely destructive to the planet. And really all it is land ownership. And it's ruining the planet, and it's ruining my fucking life. I loathe being forced to participate in the destruction of our planet. 5 days a week, I get up while it's still dark, drive my car to work on a busy city highway, and sit in this building for 9 hours, writing content to make people want to buy things. While I do that, the world is dying. The biomass is being eradicated. Anything less than a worldwide general strike that halts all non-environmental work and puts everyone into jobs dedicated to saving our planet and our species is the ultimate fuck you to all of our descendants who will be forced to live in the hellscape we have created for shareholder greed. Capitalism is evil. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much what sums it up. No offense, if your job disappeared, writing content to make people want to buy things, the world would be a better fucking place. And you know that. Yeah. Sorry. So this one says, about to be sacked from work. Can I hire a clown to support me in the meeting? I fucked up at work and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be sacked. They invited me in for a meeting where they're going to sack me. Why does this person say sack so much? They told me I can bring someone to support me. And then the other one is like a news headline. It says, a New Zealand man brought an emotional support clown to a meeting where he knew he'd be fired. The clown blew up balloons and folded them into a series of animals throughout the meeting, then mimed crying when the man was handed a pink slip. Losing your job can be so traumatic. I've been fired from one job, and it wasn't even a job. It was an internship, basically on like day 89 of a 90-day probation period to see if I could be turned into a full-time employee. They fired me. For a couple years after that, I started my own dog walking and cat sitting business because I could not take the potential risk of getting fired again from a job because it hurt me so bad. But at the same time, it was a fucking truck insurance company that I'm pretty sure was scamming people. And so, no, I didn't want that job. But even though, again, it's like this weird power dynamic. I don't want the job. I don't even like you. But you firing me is so detrimental to my existence that I am invested. Let's just say that. That is the r/AntiWork subreddit. Those are some of the things you can see on there. It is really popping off right now. I wonder why. It gives people an opportunity to vent and sort of go through some introspection about the topic of work and what it does to us. And I think that work is coercion. I've said that before in videos. And when I say work, I mean wage theft work. I don't mean working. I don't mean physically doing something. I work really hard on stuff all the time. If you told me like, hey, tomorrow at noon, you need to have an amazing surprise party for your best friend. 100 people are going to be there. You need food, music, you need a dance floor. I would spend the next 23 hours putting together the best party you have ever seen. I can work really hard. I can focus. I can do shit. I can get things done. I can work on a deadline. I can work in a fast-paced environment. But that does not mean that I enjoy going to work and doing it for someone else so that they can fucking go to the Bahamas twice a year. That's not the same thing. People will always argue that humans love work and they need work and that work gives people purpose and value. Yes, using my big fucking juicy brain to put together a fun party and work really hard, that does give me a sense of purpose and pride, and I'd be so excited for what I did. I would get a sense of accomplishment out of it. Yes, humans like doing that type of shit. Humans rock climb for fun because it's hard, okay? My point is, that doing it at a job, in the capacity of a job, is so much less meaningful to humans. And having the surplus value of your labor stolen from you is bullshit. So abolish work, abolish money, abolish hierarchy. I believe in the working class and I support the working class, but I also think that we should destroy work and class. Am I your teacher? Because class is fucking over, okay? So anyways, yeah, go watch some of my other videos about how work sucks. I have a playlist called Work Sucks, I Know. So if you want to go binge that, that might be cathartic for you. Most of it is me yelling about labor. So anyways, thank you for watching this video. I will see you when the narwhal bacons, Redditors. Okay, I don't know if I said that right. Also, my patrons voted on this video. So if you want to control me like a little marionette, just go on over to my Patreon fan club and sign up. Just remember, if you're having a hard time finding work, it's not your fault, okay? This is an awful, terrible system we live in, and I hope that you can get the support you need, and I hope that you can find a way to survive that doesn't involve nearly as much exploitation. Have a good day.